The rumors for MCU Spider-Man 4 keep getting more insane by the week. Last we talked about MCU Spider-Man 4, we talked about how it may be filming in roughly 6 months. We don't currently have a set release date for this film, but I made my best guess in this video if you want to go check that out. My money is on February, March, or July of 2026, but you know, we'll eventually see in due time. But now today the rumors are about apparently a former specific Spider-Man director, probably everybody's favorite Spider-Man director, will apparently be directing MCU Spider-Man 4, not to be confused with the very popular, in high demand but sadly cancelled Spider-Man 4 from 2011. We also have some other tidbits of info from various sources to go over, both regarding this project directly and indirectly, like when it will start filming, the possibility of who wants to play the Green Goblin in the MCU, as well, so make sure to stay till the end, you don't want to miss this news. But before we get into that, we do need to discuss another previous rumor we had that recently has been debunked. We have heard of a number of people being considered for director for this movie. We had Drew Goddard, who worked on Daredevil when it was on Netflix, but that isn't the case anymore since he's committing to a project, I believe. Then we also had Justin Lin, who worked on the Fast and Furious series. He was rumored next, but now we can rule him out as well because he's been hired by Amazon to direct a film for them. So first, let's start off with some Daniel RPK rumors, as he has been putting out the most stuff pertaining to this movie. As always, the following are rumors, so with that being said, anything not confirmed by Sony, Marvel, or an executive at Sony or Marvel are to be taken with a grain of salt. Daniel RPK has said that Spider-Man 4 will start filming in September. We previously did talk about this essentially in my last video, but yeah, just kind of a reminder. But as well, Daniel RPK also recently said that Spider-Man 4 doesn't have a director yet, but an offer has been made, which is interesting. This was on April 13th. We're gonna spin back to this in a bit. But now moving on to some more official stuff from Amy Pascal, Sony producer, who is directly involved with Spider-Man stuff. She was interviewed by Variety, where the guy asked when Spider-Man 4 will start filming, and this was her response.
And then I gotta ask, because I always ask. So you're gonna start shooting Spider-Man with Zendaya and Tom? You what?
I'm not telling you.
I don't know, man. I mean, like, she kind of seems excited, but also like, damn, like, I want to tell you, but I can't type shit. So yeah, there's that. Now on to someone who would like to play Green Goblin for the MCU. Coming from Screen Rant, we have an article where Screen Rant interviewed none other than the Amazing Spider-Man 2's Dane DeHaan, who played Harry Osborn, the Green Goblin. They asked if he would like to reprise his role, and this was his response. And I quote, "I mean, never say never, but honestly, I haven't spoken to anyone that has to do with the producer side of Spider-Man in like 10 years. So I would be shocked to get that phone call. I mean, look, I love playing comic book characters, superheroes, that kind of thing. I would be very interested in returning to that world in some way, but for it to be Spider-Man related, I would just be absolutely shocked because, again, I haven't gotten a phone call, an email, anything from those people in 10 years. Well, that's because Sony done fucking goofed on TASM 2 with the script and the writing and shit. They made you into a fraud! In all seriousness though, I don't know, man. I would much rather there not be a Green Goblin in the MCU just yet. I'd rather see like Hobgoblin, because we haven't seen him on the big screen yet. And I also would not like Dane DeHaan to return in general. I don't know. I don't really think he played a good Goblin. He was an alright Harry, but I'm sure there's better actors out there who could play that role better. So yeah, there's that. Now finally, we're gonna talk about this Sam Raimi stuff. Let's get to the good shit, you feel me? So we got an article coming from WRLD. Personally, never heard of these guys until this news came out. The title of their article they released is Sam Raimi in contention to direct MCU Spider-Man 4. They do mention the previously rumored potential directors for this film that we mentioned earlier in the video, Justin Lin and Drew Goddard, but more importantly, they go on to say, and I quote, "Here's a big update that I'm sure will be greeted with open arms. This morning I was told that Sam Raimi is now in contention to direct Spider-Man 4. No formal offer has been given to Raimi, but there have been talks, and it might all depend on whether Raimi's busy schedule permits it, since he's attached to direct Send Help, a horror thriller, but that might be put in the back burner for Spider-Man 4. Now first off, let's just pretend this is true for like a few seconds, then we can go back to the reality of things. Imagine we actually get an MCU Spider-Man 4 with Daredevil, Kingpin, Scorpion being directed by Sam Raimi. Holy. This would probably kill the box office numbers. This is actually what everyone would want. And it's funny because I think Tom's films need specific things that we actually got from the Raimi trilogy. I don't know when this specific video is coming out, but I just watched Spider-Man 1 in theaters, and in my review I do mention that I wish Spider-Man films continued to do narration like Raimi films. Speaking of which, quick shameless promo, go check out my Spider-Man 1 review. I'm gonna upload that before I upload this this video for sure. So yeah, that should be out. Go check it out. But yeah, back to the topic at hand. In Raimi's films, Pete is narrating the beginning and or ending, but we need more of that throughout the film than just the beginning and end, because Spider-Man is one of those known superheroes to narrate himself. It's in the comics, hell, it was in Web of Shadows too.
But life came back to Manhattan. Venom was gone, bad guys were beaten and thrown in jail, and for once, things look pretty good for our hero.
Oh my god. Are you narrating?
Hey MJ, how long were you standing there?
I heard superheroes like to do that, but I never thought that you'd.
Please.
I don't know if any other adaptations off the top of my head have done it. Maybe a couple of the cartoons. Spectacular Spider-Man comes to mind. I think he narrated himself in there too. But yeah, like that's definitely an important trope to the character, and Sam Raimi did it good, so I think it would be dope for him to direct MCU Spider-Man 4. Plus also, it's just fire to see like what Spider-Man's thinking and like his thought process when he's Spider-Maning and shit like that. Also, I don't know if it's just me, but like the narration in Raimi's Spider-Man films, like it really kind of helped me sort of like be in the movie with the character almost, more than just like watching the movie and watching the character, watching what the character is going through. It kind of helps me feel like I'm going through it with him almost. Now let's get back to reality. He just said that no formal offer has been given to Raimi, but there's been talks. Now you may be thinking, well, there's two Spider-Man 4 projects. What if he's talking about his universe's Spider-Man 4? This article is specifically talking about MCU Spider-Man 4. It's in the title of the article, and in the beginning they say MCU Spider-Man 4 doesn't have a director attached yet, and then, you know, they go on to talk about the possible directors. Now again, he said Raimi hasn't been given an offer yet, but if we spin back to what I said earlier when Daniel RPK said Spider-Man 4 doesn't have a director attached but an offer has been made, someone here is lying, and it's probably these World of Real people. And on top of that, you know how on Twitter there's like community notes on tweets and shit? Now like this isn't the end all be all, maybe this could be true, but from the community notes on Twitter, people are saying that the World of Real is known for spreading misinformation for clicks. So take this Raimi MCU Spider-Man 4 rumor with a huge grain of salt. It could totally be fake. But we do know that Raimi has been down to return to direct his universe of Spider-Man 4, and I mean, he did just return to comic book movies when he did Doctor Strange, so I mean, anything really is possible, but right now we just have no absolute clue. And as well, he has been rumored to be director for Secret Wars, so I mean, again, who knows? Anything really is possible at this point. But what do you think? Do you think it's possible that maybe Sam Raimi could direct MCU Spider-Man 4, or do you think, I highly doubt it? Or would you even want him to direct MCU Spider-Man 4, or would you rather him direct his universe of Spider-Man 4? Also, last thing, do you agree with me that Spider-Man films need narration, or do you disagree with that? With that being said, I want to hear your opinion, so make sure to comment down below so I can interact with you in the comments. Thank you for taking time out of your day to click on this video. If you're new to the channel, I usually try my best to cover confirmations, rumors, leaks regarding Spider-Man media, and whatever else I'm interested in. So if that's what you're interested in, hit the subscribe button. We are on the road to 6K. We're like halfway there, I think. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and to check out my last upload at the top left. Hope you have had a good day and that you enjoyed the video. Until next time.